Hello, welcome to a special Ho Chi Minh Bed edition of my 30-day manifestation daily video diary update. So, spoiler alert, I got into Vietnam, but not without getting to the airport still not having a visa. 5 o'clock rolled around. If you were following last episode, I didn't have a visa in the morning. I was told that I'd be sent one because I paid $400 by 5 p.m. It didn't get sent through at 5 p.m. I was sure at that point I'd been scammed. I emailed at 5:30 just saying, "Hey, I'm going to need to leave for the airport soon, so have you scammed me?" And then they responded being like, "Yes, it's just taking longer than expected. We should get something through to you soon." And then I realized, oh, it wasn't 5 p.m. Australian time, it was 5 p.m. Vietnamese time. So then that was 8 p.m. But then again, it still wasn't through. And then again, I emailed just being like, "Hey, just checking now that it's the right time." And they were like, "We're going to send you this special visa just to get you out of the country. But we'll need to send you the proper visa tomorrow once you get there. But also, your flight might arrive before the whatever office or something opens, and so you might need to wait an hour or two until it's ready." So, anyway, long story short, I left the country. I arrived in Vietnam. I waited around for I think 2 hours in total at the airport, which is not crazy unheard of if you just have done everything right anyway in the visa line. And then also they refunded half my express VIP, the rush kind of visa thing, meaning that I do get $200 back, which is great. And then also when I got there, they get paid for like the express or the person that meets you there that can usually rush you through if you've got a visa that's ready. But they just sat me down in an area and were like, "We'll just come get you when it's ready. So just chill until then." So that was nice. It was better than standing in a line for 2 hours. I watched a couple of episodes of Hacks, the latest season, which is it's not really capturing my attention greatly, to be completely honest. Too many characters, I feel like. Side note. But I really did feel like I was in the last. I was just really being tested. And as even on the train to the airport, there was just like delays and a change in timetable. And I just kept thinking, are these all signs or like that I shouldn't go? And then but ultimately, I think having told that story the other week and mentioning it again about going to the airport and a delayed flight or something that meant that these people were going to miss a cruise, blah, blah, blah. And there being this sense of like, yeah, but there's other opportunities along the way. Be open to them. And I think I was really being asked to put my money where my mouth is. And I have to say, I was like, there's a better version of myself still. There's a version that 2 days prior, I would get a better night's sleep rather than being restlessly kind of stressing about it all night and then not sleeping well and then it playing over and over in my mind. There's a version where I can even just skip that or reduce that time down. But I think I did pretty well. Like I was still feeling like as I was going to the airport of like, I think I'm going to Vietnam. I really do think I'm going. But also, ho hum, if I can't go, I can't go. And I really feel like also more than ever, I need to get. It's helpful. It's so helpful in being like, it's helpful in reminding me to stay sharp in managing my money and the further bringing in of money. Because do you remember how I said, oh, I missed a deadline on a brand deal? Not a brand deal that was like a money on the table, but one where you get money based on the performance of the video. Still super annoying because I think I could have got like a fair chunk of change from it. Well, another video. This one is not my fault, I don't think, at all. A brand, I'll just say it. I know, like, there's not enough people that watch this that I think it needs to be a big secret. Sydney Biennale paid me to do a promo video. It's the same thing, like it gets paid based on views. I then did that. That's all fine, great. And then because they didn't know how else to contact me to ask me about something else, they used the revision request function and said, here's our email. Can you reach out, please? We want to just talk to you about something else. I was like, yeah, cool, totally. Did that. And I also said, hey, by the way, given it's not a revision request, could you just close that down at your end so I don't get like penalized, and so it's not sitting there on my profile as an open case. And the TikTok One platform is very, very clumsy and awkward and difficult to kind of use already. But it's pretty unforgiving, and also there's almost no support available when things cock up because I've already chased something else up before. Anyway, they didn't close that, and I gave them a second reminder to be like, hey, all good based on this other discussion we're having, but I just want to remind you, can you please sort that out so that it doesn't penalize me? Anyway, they didn't, and I did get penalized, and now I've also stopped earning money from that video itself. Super annoying. I felt quite angry initially, but again, I think the power of like even just this mindset manifestation challenge in terms of mood and my own emotional regulation, I think stops me from wigging out and crashing out in a much bigger way when it comes to things like that, where I could get really upset, swear off using the platform at all, think this is all a waste, everyone's got it in for me, why can't I ever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I've done that story a million times. I'm not going to do a little role play of it out now. But I think it makes me a bit like the $400 visa, which only turned out to be $200. Not great, but a lot better than $400 after the refund, after they kind of delayed it. There's this thing that's like, no, I genuinely just need to keep believing that it's like, it's fine, Kyle. That it's the path to kind of, financial freedom, achieving my dreams, manifesting the life that I want is not just a linear, easy kind of like slippery slide into everything I want. It's easy and fun. There's much harder problems in the world and battles that people face, but it's okay that there's a little bit of discomfort and stretch and challenging and a little bit of practicing like, no, I'm going to be quite clear in communicating to this person that I'm disappointed, that that's now impacted me, and that, I expect some follow-up in another area. So in saying that, I'm just trying to really, I feel like I'm going through the course of lessons in how to prepare myself that for when it's $400 on the table, how to have the most open heart and mind to be able to be like, not the result I was expecting. Okay, let's try again and see what can come of this. How do I handle that at $400 so that it's no sweat when I handle that at $4,000? It's no sweat when I handle that at $40,000. It's no sweat when I handle that at $400,000. Because at each level of kind of wealth and, I guess, monetary level that you're playing at, whether it's a flight that falls through or a house that falls through or a blah that falls through, there's always going to be a little bit of like give and take in terms of money going out and money coming in. So I've got 10 days here, right, in Vietnam, and I'm going to use it as a bit of a working kind of holiday, or I don't know what the words is. That's not quite right, but I'm going to use it as a bit of focused time in order to be able to just really lock into a bit of a routine without even just some of the kind of ordinary distractions of daily life back home, which are not that great at the moment, as in there's not that many of them. But I think this is a great opportunity to just be even more focused. I've already had some delicious food and had a nice sweaty walk around. Ooh, I don't know how we're going to go exercise-wise. Today I just did some big walks. if I can get up early, I'll see if I can go for a run while it's a bit cooler and quieter. But it's like 36, 38 in the middle of the day here at the moment for a long time. And it doesn't get like, once the sun goes down, it just sits down at about 32, 34 or something like that. So it's quite, I've lost my Darwin edge because it was a lot today. I mean, I was walking around without a bag and without accommodation to check into. So that added to the challenge, the test, the lesson. Don't know what the lesson is there. Find cool places to rest in. But I just feel like it's nice just to have a bit of variety. And I think that kind of, today was a classic Kyle solo travel first day overseas moment, which is like, oh, I'm a bit overwhelmed and I'm a bit like uncomfortable and I'm a bit like, hang on, why am I here? And I know that always happens. And then I settle into a bit more of a kind of like ease from here on in. But even today, I was like, I had a nap in the afternoon because it was just so hot. And then I couldn't cool my place down enough. But then I was feeling restless. And then I remembered, just get out. The answer's not on your couch, Carl. The answer's out there. Not quite that, but it still applied. And so got on the back of a scooter, I just love that. It's like my happy place on the back of a Gojek or a Grab, mostly in Bali, but here too. Went out, had delicious food, was like, yeah, feel good. Okay, I'm back on track. So that happened. That's where we're up to. But we're here and I feel so grateful. I mean, imagine even 50 years ago, there was no way I could have sorted out that series of problems of my own, procrastination. I mean, imagine even 50 years ago, I couldn't have made money on TikTok. I mean, imagine 50 years ago. Anyway, I feel very lucky and very grateful. Other things to report. I don't know. I don't think there's that much more at the moment. I posted I want to do a love luxury using the Non La Vietnamese hat. And then also maybe one in a bit more of a iconic Ho Chi Minh location outside if I can get it filmed okay. And then I want to be brave and upload some like holiday content while I'm here, but I don't know what to do. I always just feel a bit stuck because it's not my thing. But I know that I have to. I know that I have to break out of this mold of like only sticking to what's safe and guaranteed. It's like, you got to try some stuff, Kyle. Like, just go for it. Post some other stuff as you. Set aside a bit of time to just edit, have a look at it, review, see how it looks, get it up there, right? Yeah. I even as I say that, I'm not committed to it, but I need to remember, I think what's going to make me commit is like, Kyle, this manifestation plan requires money. The money needs to come from somewhere. The greatest, most potential source of money at the moment is the kind of eyeballs on me and on my social media. So let's ramp it up. Followers slowly climbing on TikTok, but I've been sort of stagnant in the 80s and 90s for the last kind of couple of months. It feels like it's a bit annoying, but it's okay. They are increasing. I don't know what to do with all this theatre review kind of like opinions that I'm just sitting on. That doesn't feel right in video form, but maybe it's in a written form. Don't know. Anyway, that's that. What's tomorrow's schedule? Don't know. Come back and we'll find out. I'll report back on what I've done. I don't really have a plan at the moment. Was just going to maybe go get an egg coffee, find some more food, maybe get some like sandals or like thongs or like Crocs or faux Crocs to walk around in, just because I only brought shoes. And so far in Melbourne, I've had my bike stolen and some shoes stolen now. That's not the reason I didn't bring shoes, but that's just something that's also happened in the last couple of days. And I think again there too, I'm sort of like, that would plague me a bit more with a bit more kind of like, oh, so frustrated, so annoying, so unfair kind of energy. But I've even just been a bit reserved in how much I bring that story to the front of conversations, just because I think, it's got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with someone else. And again, Not the most expensive bike in the world, maybe $600 or something is what I spent on it. Maybe more, I can't remember, but like around that. That money will go out. It's gone out. Maybe someone else needed the bike more. I saw the CCTV footage of the people who stole the bike, and I have to say they do look like they need it more than me. That's a judgmental, mean thing to say based on their body type. But if you're going to steal a bike, you've got to be up for just a little bit of casual fat shaming. So be it. Off they go. And then again, just being like, that money will flow back in. That money will flow back in. That money will flow back in. Oh, I haven't done my future video Friday because I was so behind on schedule. I'll do that maybe tomorrow, even though it's not Friday. I still just want to do that future video. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.